Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Baruch Haba. We're continuing in Mishnah Berura, Daf Hashavua. We're learning Siman Pei Zayin. Siman Pei Zayin. And the Mechaber said that a graf shel re'i, basically a pot of excrement or a bowl of urine, if it's earthenware or wood, you have to distance yourself from it, like tsoya, even if you put water. But if it's metal or glass or earthenware that's glazed, that if they're washed out well, it is mutar. Says the Mishnah, we're middle of Mishnah Berura, Sivkata, we're up to Sivkata and Gimel. That if it's made out of a porous material, like earthenware or wood, you have to distance yourself even if you put water in it. Says the Mishnah Berura, why? Before you, as far as you could see. Behind you, from wherever the smell stops. Umashma midivrei harvei achronim. Demaskimim l'divrei Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi Torah aser graf v'avit. Afagav demei Raglayim atzman ina elam drabanan. You hear this chidush? Even though standing urine is only drabanan. But that's if it's a puddle of urine. But what if it's a bowl of urine? A bowl of urine, that becomes the iraisa. If you remember, we had earlier in the Hakdama of the Bir Halacha, where the Bir Halacha went through which cases are Durabanan and which are the iraisa. The Bir Halacha said that Soya is the iraisa, Raglayim is Drabanan, unless it's Amud, unless it's the flow, unless it's sort of B'shas Maisa flowing out. But here we're learning that if it's a dedicated pot for Raglayim, ha'avid is Chamer the Kivan de Miyuchad Lazeh Havalei Kebeis HaKisei. Since it's designated, it's like a bathroom. Now in Pei Gimel Sivkatan Yud Beis, the Mishnah Berura said a little bit differently. In Pei Gimel Sivkatan Yud Beis, the Mishnah Berura said that Kivan shu miyuchad lezehu masriach beyoser v'chamer tfei. I guess that's the svar over here, that it's like a beis hakisei. V'lachein loy mahani ben gam ken hatalas mayim, therefore putting water will not help. V'afilu milon ad shulei, and even if you filled it up with water to the top, it's designated for urine, it's a da'iraisa. V'im kara or hispala b'makam avit, if you said Shema or you daven in the place of avit, shahaya b'tech daladam, Yisov choyzer, you got to go back. Im mitzay b'makam shayroy loy lestapik b'itchila alav, if it was in a place that you should have been mesupik from the beginning. Ule'inyan shar brachais, ayin lekaman siman kuf pei hey sif hey of Mishnah Berura sham v'sadin lekan v'matza hagraf v'ho'avid b'toch shir k'mlai einav. If the graph or the avid is within your eye shot, einoi choyzer b'di'avid. So if you were karo espala b'makam avid within your dalad amois, if you found it in a place that you should have been mesupik originally. However, if you find it kimloi einav, then b'di'eved you don't have to go back. Now, why wouldn't you have to go back if you found it kimloi einav? This is Siman Pei Aleph Seif Beis. So in Siman Pei Aleph Seif Beis we say, if you were reading Shema and there's Saya opposite you, then you should move, and you only have to go back to where you were up to. According to Rabbi Meir, if you should have realized there was Saya there, you have to go back to the beginning. Meaning, this is talking about not in your Dalad Amos. Hayakari v'ratzaya kenegda yelech kadei shezakin mei achrav arba amos. The Mishnah Berura explained that the two deos over there is, if it's not in your Dalad Amos, we don't say Hayolai Livdaik, so therefore you only have to go back to where you're up to. The Rabbi Meir holds, since it's b'makom shiroi l'stapik, you're poisheya. Ladina, the Mishnah Berura came out, b'di'evid, we're not machmer. You hear this? In other words, if it turned out there was tsoya kemloi einav, I didn't remember this clearly. If there's tsoya in your dalet amos, then b'di'evid, you do have to go back, if you should have checked. If there's tsoya out of your dalet amos, kemloi einav, it's machlokes rishonim, l'maisa, the conclusion is we're mekel. Fine. Now what if it's a glass toilet? Hataz mefakbek bazeh. The taz is mefakbek that if you have a clean glass toilet, you don't have to be marchik. Most achronim are mekel. V'hatam de b'chol elu sirluhu de ein boilen. We hold that all of these materials do not absorb. V'afilu in boilen, even if they do ein blias maruba, it's minimal. Al ken ein din beis hakisei aleim. They don't have a din of a beis hakisei. Again, this is talking about when they're clean. So l'chayra then, our toilets should not have a din of a beis hakisei. Because they're glazed, it's cheres, that's glazed, and it's not porous. So why, if the bathroom door is open, is there an issue? L'chayra, it's because it's not just the toilet itself, it's the whole area, where, as we mentioned, that not everybody's aim has been perfected. You know?
This is movable. That's permanent.
So why does it matter?
Yes, it sounds like a tough differentiation. It's always that.
I mean, the question is, something that's a beis hakisei has a status of a beis hakisei, but if it's okay, let's see further. Mitsupa, yesh oimrim. Some say the hainu masha anu karin glazed. That's what we call glazed. V'yesh oimrim dedafkim hu mitsupa ba'avar. It has to be lead, loy glazed. It's not enough. Glaze is not enough. Gam yesh oimrim de be'inu shem mitsupa mifnim v'chutz. It has to be glazed on both sides. V'yesh mekilin dashim zorab mifnim. Some say it's good enough on the inside. V'hinei lamaisa yesh achmad de be'inu shem mitsupa gam mivachutz. Lamaisa you have to be machmir, because that you need it to be glazed also on the outside. Ach keshafai al piv. If you turn it over, yesh lismach lacha adasa matirin. You could rely and be lenient on the lenient opinion. Ken kasa el yaraba. Va'kelim shanu koilim porcelain. Kelim that we call porcelain. La'inyan shari yisurim dinam kakli charis loy mahani agala. L'gabe other yisurim we say hagala doesn't help, but l'maisa the din of a bathroom is not like the din of hagala. I would say for two reasons. Number one, we're not dealing with cham, we're not dealing with hot. So when you're dealing with hot, it absorbs. The proof is even metal absorbs if it's hot. L'maisa metal you could do hagala on. Porcelain you can't do hagala. But the second thing is, the Mishnah Berura said in Sivkat and Daled, afilu im boilen ein blias and meruba. You would never say that by Dinei Hagala. Oh, don't worry, it's only the blias is only a little bit. Of course, anytime you're dealing with blias, it's minimal. So, but legabe a bathroom, the Mishnah Berura is machmer. V'ner diyesh lahachmer gamla inyan zeh v'ayin ber halacha. Now, if you have a graf shora'it or avit shomei Raglayim, if they're madchis or zechuchis or cheres mitzupa, if they're washed out good, it's okay. It says Mishnah Berura, yafel mi bifnim umi bachutz, on the inside and the outside, v'gam shel yamin reich ra, and also doesn't smell. V'im magia mimen reich ra, if it smells, dina kareich ra she'in lo ikar, it has a din of a smell that is not coming from a substance. Acharei dakli ein oleh shem graf ve'avit unekiyahi. Since the kli does not have a din of a graf and an avit, ve'in tzarich laharchek rak ad makom sheyichla hareach. So, if it's washed out good and it doesn't smell, now if it smells, it has a din of a reach ra she'ein lo ikar, And you only have to distance as far as it smells. If it's not washed out well, you have to distance yourself 4 amos. Maybe there is a actual zuama in it. Rabbi Say, we're going to hold it over here. I wish everybody a Chag Kosher V'Sameach. I go to Erev Yom Tov, Chag Kosher V'Sameach. Kol Tov, everybody. Good Yom Tov, good Yom Tov. Be'ez Hashem, see everybody Friday. Okay? Shkayach. Good Yom Tov. Good Yom Tov.
Recording stop.